This is the place where they've created gods.
The impossible dream made possible.
Formations, tactics, transfers. Every Manchester United debate starts here. But what if the problem goes deeper? What if Amorim's 3-4-3 isn't the issue, and the real enemy has been hiding inside Old Trafford all along?
The core of supporters have opposed the American Glazer family since they took over this club 16 years ago.
I think it's born out of Man United not being top dogs as much as what happened last week. I think that's another excuse to have a go at them. These are serious business people. I don't think this will impact on their thoughts one iota.
This is the story of why tactics will never save Manchester United until the culture is reborn. When Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013, he didn't just leave a job, he left an empire. But within months, the cracks appeared. David Moyes lasted just 10 months. The theatre of dreams turned into the theatre of nightmares.
David, very disappointing, obviously.
Yeah, very disappointing. No, it was an important game for us, important game for myself, but we just couldn't get the goal, and we just didn't have little bits of luck what we needed tonight to get us a goal in front or more. And fair to Everton, they played well and eventually got their goal right at the end.
For years, Everton under David Moyes could never conquer Manchester United. Match after match, season after season. Old Trafford was a wall they simply could not break. And yet, the cruel irony. The moment Moyes crossed over, taking charge of United himself, the unthinkable happened. Everton finally got their victory, and it came at the expense of Manchester United, the so-called chosen one, handing his old club a triumph they had never tasted before. Louis van Gaal brought possession football, but fans were left yawning.
Dutchman Van Gaal has overseen a 7-match winless run in which United have been eliminated from the Champions League and slipped down to 6th in the table.
Van Gaal's United played slow, rigid, suffocating football, endless sideways passing. Attacks that died before they were born. The philosophy became a prison, with creativity stripped away.
Of course, I do my utmost best to find solutions to cope with the pressure. But at the end, my players have to do that by themselves.
When Jose Mourinho arrived at Old Trafford in 2016, he promised trophies and ruthlessness. And for a while, he delivered a League Cup, a Europa League, and a second-place finish in the Premier League that he called one of his greatest achievements.
Congratulations, Jose. Tremendous scenes on the pitch. We could see how important this was to you, to everybody connected with the club.
Yeah, it's the end of a very difficult season, but I think a very good season.
And Manchester United have done it. Manchester United have won the Europa League. Jose Mourinho and United are back where they belong, winning trophies. Manchester United have won the Europa League. The Friends Arena in Stockholm is the end of United's rainbow, and the treasure that awaits is the Champions League for Jose Mourinho and the players next season.
Jose Mourinho brought silverware, but also civil war.
Do you know what this means? 3-0, but also mean 3 premierships, and I won more premierships alone than the other 19 managers together. 3 for me and 2 for them. Respect, man, respect.
All delivered hope, but no silverware.
Fantastic night, eh? It's. I'm just going to do my best until the summer, see what the club decides.
They've only got one decision to make now, haven't they?
I hear you keep saying that, so we just tonight we have to remember a fantastic night. You just spirit of Man United. Great to see the boss in there after the game for the first time. So the lads were just absolutely magnificent.
Ten Hag spent $500 million and still failed to fix United's culture. Erik Ten Hag arrived with a vision of discipline and modern football, briefly restoring hope with a League Cup win and a top 4 finish. But inconsistency, injuries, and a squad still unfit for his demanding system exposed his limits, leaving fans unsure if he was a rebuilder.
It's a huge difference.
Every manager promised change. Every manager failed. The problem? It was never just tactics, it was the club itself. While fans blamed tactics, the real game was upstairs. The Glazers treated United as a business. Sponsors piled in, cash flowed out, but football identity, forgotten. Instead of long-term strategy, United chased headlines. Pogba, Sanchez, Ronaldo's return. All blockbuster transfers, none the foundation of greatness. When Rúben Amorim arrived, hope returned.
The Man United fans, they are showing great patience with you. What could you say to give them that hope for the remainder of this season?
It's really hard to say anything to them. I prefer to try everything to change the results.
In Portugal, he built killers out of kids. Casemiro is stranded.
Queuing up and Somerslide.
Bruno tries to do everything.
Puts the ball over the bar. Bruno Fernandes misses.
Mount looks lost.
Calvin Bassey has wrestled Mason Mount to the floor.
But this isn't just about positions. It's about mentality. At Sporting, players fought for the badge. At United, too often they fight for Instagram likes. Amorim's 3-4-3 doesn't fail because it's outdated. It fails because the players don't believe. But maybe it's not Amorim's system. Maybe it's the culture. Manchester United aren't just losing games, they're losing identity.
Omar and other people at the club have spoken a lot about cultural change. Do you feel that has happened over the last few months?
I think that is clear, but that is something not just the coaches and the manager and the players can change, everyone. And I think everyone is changing in our club. And you can feel the environment. They are starting to believe that, of course, the results will dictate a lot, but we have a clear idea. Everyone has a clear job now. You have a full day of job. So I think everything is in the right place for us to be better.
At Sporting, Amorim demanded intensity. Every player pressed. Every duel mattered. At United, too many walk, too many hide. A manager can build tactics, but he cannot inject hunger into players who think they've already made it.
Maddison pounces and Tottenham lead with 12 minutes on the clock.
This is the true curse of post-Ferguson United. Culture before tactics. Without hunger, without humility, without players willing to bleed for the shirt, even the best system collapses.
It has to be that, and it's not just me that thinks that. I'm sure the whole team, if you ask them, they all have the same aims. Even the manager, I'm sure he probably wouldn't say it in the press. But
here's the truth. Formations don't save clubs. Cultures do. United's return won't come from 3-4-3 or 4-3-3. It will come when players bleed for the shirt again, when leaders emerge from the academy, when the badge means more than the paycheck. Amorim's challenge is greater than tactics. He must rebuild the soul of Manchester United, and only then will the theatre of dreams live again.
His mentality, his demands, he's extremely tough on the group. I think, he leaves no stone unturned, and I think, there's no stragglers in this group anymore. I think everyone has to put the team first. He's made that very clear, I think.
Manchester United's story is not about tactics, it's about culture. Amorim may win battles, but unless he changes the soul of this club, the war will always be lost.